Hey guys, it's another makeup tutorial. Surprise! So yeah, here's my face. This is what it looks like by the end of the tutorial. I hope you like it. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another full face of Lolita. So I have two videos up on my channel already where I do a full face using this liquid lipstick on my eyes, lips and face. But today I'm going to be doing a kind of smoky version. The other two versions that I have uploaded on my channel are kind of like more everyday style. This is a little bit more smokier, a little bit more grungier, and what I envision when I think of this liquid lipstick, just because of the kind of like grungy undertones it has on the lips. And of course, because I use Lolita on my eyes and cheeks as well as my lips, all the tones really work well together. And I feel like it even worked out with my top. I felt like the top would just be like a vibe, but I feel like it works more than I thought it would. So that worked out for like the best. That was like really lucky. But yeah, I'm just so happy with the way this look came out, guys. Do you ever like do a look and you're like, oh, this is gonna be cute, and then you do it and you're like, this is it. That's how I'm feeling right now. I ended up going for a giant wing, and I feel like that also complemented the lower lash line, just because the heavier lower lash line kind of feels a little heavy without the upper wing to kind of like bring it up. So I went for a really thick wing, and I feel like the dark eye complements the dark lip, and it kind of really is a balanced look. So I'm really stoked with the way it came out. If you want to see how I did it, then please keep on watching. Also, if you're wondering why my face looks kind of red, it's just because I just took off another face of makeup before I did this. So yeah, I just like rubbed my face a lot. That's why it's red, but it'll calm down by itself. But I'm not going to wait for it. I'm just going to go straight in for my makeup application, starting off with the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I'm just going to squeeze out a bit of this onto my damp beauty blender. Something I really like about beauty blenders is like you don't have to wait for them to dry. You know, if you clean your brushes, you have to wait for your brushes after you wet them to dry. Otherwise you're gonna have damp brushes, and it's kind of, you know, you're not gonna apply bronzer with a damp brush. At least I wouldn't. If you have a technique on how to use a bronzer with a damp brush, let me know. That's kind of cool. But yeah, you can use the beauty blender as soon as you wash it, which I appreciate. I just wash my beauty blender with, you know, soap, water. I just wash it out until the water runs clear, and then every now and then I also microwave my beauty blenders, which I feel like is a pretty popular technique these days. But yeah, I do microwave my beauty blenders just to sanitize them. It kills all the potential bacteria that could be growing in the beauty blender, and I clean my beauty blenders that way to make sure that they're sanitary. Anyway, I'm just squeezing out some foundation onto my sponge now. This foundation that I'm using today is the Rimmel Lasting Matte Foundation in the shade 103 True Ivory. It's a full coverage matte finish foundation. It goes on like a cream, but it kind of has a more powdery finish once you've blended it into the skin. And this is a really easy foundation to apply. It's not my favorite foundation from Rimmel, to be honest, but it is one that's very easy to apply because of that creamy consistency. I can just work it into the skin really easily with the beauty blender. I actually prefer using this foundation with a beauty blender compared to with a brush. I just feel like it's easier to work into the skin. Also, if you can hear all that jingling noise, it's my dog doing whatever she feels like. Anyway, I'm just like putting this everywhere. It's kind of full coverage, but it's not my favorite foundation just because it has kind of a intense scent. I'm really into scented products. If you know me well, I love when products smell fresh or smell like nice, yummy, like caramelly foods. But this kind of smells intense, like almost on the plasticky side to me, which is not my scent preference. So this is not my favorite product just because the scent is like not my favorite. And it is kind of difficult to apply this with, like, I don't know. It's not my favorite to apply with a brush. I don't mind it with the beauty blender though. Anyway, that's my face all even and stuff. I'm just going to go in with some concealer on my under eyes as well. This is the concealer that matches the foundation we just used. This is the Lasting Matte Concealer from Rimmel. I'm just going to pop this under my eyes just to like make sure it's all light and bright down there. Also gives a little bit of shape to the face, you know, kind of bringing out that center there, making sure it doesn't look like dark hollows or anything. By the way, I love the top that I'm wearing today. It's a little crop top and it says Harley Girl on it. I think it's so cute. Kind of gives me All-Star Cheer vibes because of the way that it's like got the writing in bedazzles. I love it so much, and it even has a cute back. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I love this t-shirt so much. I thrifted it at Glebe Markets, which is a market that we have here in Sydney, Australia, and I am obsessed with it. I think it's so cute. It's only 15 bucks and I'm obsessed with it. I wear it all the time and it's like my fave right now. Anyway, that is my concealer all pressed in. I just used like the pointed end of the sponge, kind of pinched it and like dabbed under my eyes, pouncing it into the skin. For color today, I'm going to be using a lot of Lolita, the shade from KVD in the liquid lipstick form. I'm just going to go and grab it. I'll be right back. This is one of my favorite shades I used to wear all the time in high school, and I really like the cool tone aspect of it. It's just like a really nice grungy, nudie, mauvey, beigey, not beige at all. It's not beige. I'm just lying. It's a really nice kind of cooler toned mauvey shade. I'm just going to use that straight. I put it straight from the tube from the applicator straight onto the beauty blender, and I'm just going to pounce that into the cheeks. It's going to look kind of intense now, but it's going to be like, it's going to take itself down later when I apply like the rest of my face makeup. So it'll look kind of intense now, but don't worry about it. So I'm just going to pounce this and like work it into the skin. You can see I can like do this if I want to build up, or I could just pounce it around if I want to blend it around. I could even like mix it like this. It's really easy. And then if I want to take down intensity, I can always use the concealer side of the sponge. So this side I used for concealer, I can always like tap with that, and it takes down the intensity of it under the eye there. But yeah, I really like using liquid lipsticks as things that aren't just on your lips, just because I feel like it gets more versatility out of the product. And also I'm going to be using this as my lip color today, and by using it on other areas of the face, I feel like it ties in the look and makes it look really cohesive, you know, really brings the whole face together. So that's why I'm going to be using this not just on my lips today, but also on the cheeks, just to like, you know, tie in the whole look. I'm also going to use this on the eyes later, but that's in a bit. So I'm just going to, as you can see, go straight in on the face with the beauty blender, which would seem kind of scary, but blend well, blend, trust the process, and you can blend it in and it won't look too intense. This is like the least intense part of the whole look today. The cheeks aren't going to be too nuts. So yeah, just blend it in. If you want to take it down, you can just use a clean side of the beauty blender to blend it away, or if you want to build up the intensity, keep on going with the side with the blush on it and just working it into the skin. I really want to like work this up on the cheeks area because that's where obviously I want the most blush today, and then I don't want it as much under the eyes. I just want like a little bit down there, so I'm just going to tap away with the concealer side of the blender. And then also I do want a bit on the forehead. I just love the way forehead blush looks. I think it just evens out the way the blush looks on the face, so I'm going to pop some up there, pouncing that all over, and I'm kind of connecting it so it's not just like blush, nothing, blush. I'm like kind of connecting it on the side there so it like sweeps up the whole face. And I'm also going to go on the center of the nose here. I just feel like it is where the, I don't know, where the blush would be. Just going to blend that a little bit better. Okay, I'm happy with the way that looks. It's not perfect, but it's not a big deal. And now I'm going to set my face. I didn't set my face first just because with applying the cream of the like liquid blush, I didn't want to apply that over the set powder. But now that I've set the blush on, now I'm going to set my face. And this is why I wasn't scared about over blushing, because I'm literally going over it with setting powder. Like this is going to take down the intensity of the blush and kind of make the skin look a little bit more like beigey skin tone. By the way, the powder that I'm using today is the Bourjois Healthy Mix powder in the shade 02 Golden Ivory. I feel like this is an older version of the Bourjois Healthy Mix powder, but it's one that I really enjoy and have been loving recently. I'm just going to pack this everywhere that I put foundation, just to make sure it's all set and matte and not going to move anywhere, so that if I live my life, it's not going to budge. Of course, making sure to set my under eye and around my nose area, just because that's where, oh, fuzzy. That's where I will have the most movement in my makeup. I do like to set the areas that I bronze as well, because I feel like my bronzer is like somewhere that I struggle with making sure that it's even and stuff, and so just by setting it with a powder before I go in with bronzer, I can ensure a more even bronzer application. The bronzer that I'm going to be using today is the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer. Actually, I lied. Let's not use that today. Today I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Chiseled to Perfection palette, and as you can see, this is a very well loved palette. There is barely anything left in there, but there's the tiniest little bit on the side of medium cocoa that I'm going to be using today. Did something drop on the floor? Yes, it was a little bit of bronzer that was loose in the palette, but yeah, I'm just going to be using medium cocoa on this kind of like, I'm not sure, it's kind of like a multitasking brush from Real Techniques. And I just cleaned this with a bit of Cinema Secrets brush cleanser, because, you know, my brushes were all dirty, but I wanted to keep using them, but I didn't have the patience and the time to wait for them to dry before, you know, packing makeup on my face again. So instead of, you know, washing them all, deep cleaning with soap and water, I just went in with my Cinema Secrets brush cleanser, and I was able to use them again instantly, which is something I like appreciate from that brush cleanser. It makes me be able to just keep on going with my brushes. I don't have to wait for them to dry while I'm in between applications, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm just kind of using this cooler toned shade called Medium Cocoa to kind of give definition to my face. The reason I didn't go for this shade over here, the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer, is because this is a warmer tone bronzer, whereas this is a little bit more of a sculpting shade. And because I kind of want to go, not like that grungy, but like for a more sultry vibes look, I didn't want to get too bronzed. I felt like this would give the bronzer that I was looking for. You see how it's like bronze but also contour? I wanted a bronzer, so that's what we're doing today. I'm just going to put this underneath the jaw as well, just to give definition to the face, give definition to the jawline. I really like a defined jaw, and I also bring it down my neck just so that it blends into the rest of my body. I don't want to have just a line on my jaw and then like a pale neck and like nothing. So I'm going to try and blend that around there. And I'm also going to take this along the forehead, just because then it gives my hairline a little bit more definition. Like, you know, it just kind of fades into my face a little bit more evenly. And it would look kind of strange if all of the color was like down here and there was no color on my forehead and stuff. It looks more even when you bronze everywhere. I'm also focusing it here and here, just because those are areas where I don't know, I just feel like bronzer looks good there, so I'm going to do that. You can do what you want. You don't have to listen to anything I say, because this is just how I do my makeup, and this is my preference. So you can do whatever you feel like. You're probably not following this as a tutorial anyway, but thanks for watching, guys, whatever you're watching for. It's good to see you. I hope your day has been going well. I just went to work today, and I'm just filming some videos right now, obviously. And then after I film these videos, I'm probably going to go and do some work for university. I'm a nursing student, so I have some things on like different surgical procedures to go and review after this. Just make sure that I'm up to date and on top of all my assignments and stuff. What else am I going to do this evening? I also am the vice president of my university's cheer team, so I have a little bit of not admin, but like, yeah, kind of admin stuff to do for that. I just have to like check through some hair in my face, check through some like some attendance records and stuff like that, just for some things for my uni. So yeah, that's what I'm getting up to this evening. Let me know what you're getting up to today. I'm just going to be taking that shade Lolita, which is that liquid lipstick, and I've taken a little bit of it straight from the doe foot applicator and put it on my brush. I'm just going to pop that through the crease of my eye. This is very similar to my full face of Lolita video that I uploaded previously, where I did a whole full face of only using this shade from Lolita on my eyes, lips and cheeks. And I'm kind of going for a similar like look today, except this one's going to be a little bit more intense. That one was like a very everyday look for me, like kind of subtle. This one I'm going to be going up the intensity a little bit. This is one that I feel like suits the shade Lolita a little bit more. So I'm just going to work that through the crease and intensify the color on the lid a little bit more. Like that's a little better. I do want to smoke this out even more, so I'm going to be going in for a brown smokier shade later, but that's all the color that I would like to place on the lid. I didn't have to use this shade Lolita on the lid, but the reason I'm going for this as the color today is because it's going to bring together the whole look. You know, I'm going to be using this on the lips. I used it on the cheeks as the color, and by using the same color on all the areas of the face, it makes a cohesive look that's really nicely tied together. And so that's that kind of like smoky grungier look that I'm going for today. This isn't obviously like this isn't the grungiest look ever. It's just like a little bit more like sultry, smoky vibes. You know what I mean? You'll see what I mean at the end. It's not like, you know, the peak of grunge. It's just like a little sexier. Okay, so that's about all the color that I'd like to place on my upper lid of my eyeshadow. And I'm just making sure that I'm blending it each eye as I go, just because with liquid lipsticks, when you're working with them as eye colors, they set so quickly, because, you know, these liquid lipsticks are a matte, like really intensely pigmented product. Once they're on, they're really quick to set. And so once I apply it, I'm like pretty quick to blend it, because once they're on, that's the color, that's it. So yeah, I'm just gonna intensify the inside here a little bit more. Okay, let's go in with some darker browns, just to like smoke this out a little bit more. And I also want to go in on the lower lash line today. I know, it's so exciting. I rarely ever go in on the lower lash line, just because, I don't know, it's not my favorite thing on my eye shape. I'm not as used to doing it, and I'm not as comfortable with it, so I don't go for it as often. Today I'm just going to be using this shade down here. It's the darkest shade out of the original chocolate bar from Too Faced, and it's called Truffle Fudge, but you can use any like dark brown matte shade that you have, or a shimmer shade, who cares. But I'm just going for this dark brown matte shade, and I'm just going to focus this on the outer corner I'm going to use a different brush actually. That one's so caked in product. Let's use this nice fluffy brush. This one is from Real Techniques as well. This is a Bold Metals eye brush in the shade, in the style 203. So I'm just going to pop this through the crease of the eye, focusing on the outer corner, just because the outer corner is where I prefer product to be on my eye shape. I just feel like it flares and lifts the eye and makes it look more open. It's flattering on my eye shape in my opinion. So yeah, see how I've focused most of that color on the outer part, but I have some coming through to the inside as well. Otherwise, if I just focused it on the outside, just like that, if I just did that, it looks so uneven. So, you know, I like to bring it in as well, just so that the eye looks like a cohesive, I don't know, I just like the way it looks. There we go. I like this brush. It's so nice and like long and fluffy, and the bristles are beautiful. I've also cleaned most of these brushes recently, just using that Cinema Secrets brush cleanser. And some people believe that using that brush cleanser makes your brushes easier to blend with. I don't know if I can confirm that yet. I'm still new to using Cinema Secrets brush cleanser. It's still a new and exciting product for me. I'm not like confirm it is better to blend with it, but it isn't bad to blend with it. That's all I have to say so far. I feel like this eye is more intense than this eye. Do you feel that too? Let's add a little bit more deepness on this eye just to like make them a little more even then. Does that look more even? I feel like it does. Okay, I'm really excited to go in on the lower lash line today, just because it's somewhere I don't usually venture. So I'm going to grab that same Lolita shade and a kind of smaller smudging brush, just as like a flatter, denser, fluffy brush, if that made any sense. And I'm going to grab straight from the doe foot applicator, and I'm going to smudge this directly on my lower lash line. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I hoped it would look like. It just kind of looks a little more lived in. Usually going in on the lower lash line is not something that I like, because I don't really usually prefer that lived in look, but for the look that we're going for today, it goes with the vibes, you know? Anyway, I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the other side. I feel like the highlight that I predicted that I wanted to use for this look today is not the highlight I'm actually going to choose in the end. Yeah, I thought I'd go for like a icier highlight, but I think I want to go for a champagne. I always love the way champagne looks with this kind of a color. It's just so flattering. I thought I'd go for an icy one just because, I don't know, icy can work with like most things, but champagne, it adds a little something. Anyway, this looks super lived in. It looks like I've had a day, and this is my eyeshadow after. Usually, because I don't put any eyeshadow under my eyes, I'm really not used to it. So this is like kind of a lot for me, but it's a good different. That's enough of Lolita. I'm just going to go in with a little bit more of that shade Triple Fudge, that dark brown that I used earlier. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm just going to drag that along my lower lash line as well, just to like mirror what's going on the upper lid. Doing the same on the other side. And I'm also going to do this, like connecting the lower lash line to the upper lash line so they kind of meet there. And I'm also going to drag this all the way in to the inner corner. Like I'm not, usually I just like stop it there, but I'm going all the way in just because that's the kind of vibe. Do we like that? I kind of do. Okay, let's go in with some highlighter because I feel like that will be a fun touch. I'm going in with this MAC Whisper of Guilt, which is like a golden champagne-y highlight that I've had for ages. That's why it looks super busted. And I'm going in with this other brush. This is called a smudge brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this on the smudge brush dampened. I'm just going to dampen it with this L'Oreal Shake and Glow setting spray. It's just a spray that I have next to me. And I'm going to dampen the brush, dip it into that highlight, and take that through the inner corner. It's really like brightening up the look and making it like smoky sexy. I'm also going to take this on the, I just dropped my highlighter on the floor, but it didn't smash. Woohoo! Anyway, I'm just going to take that also on the center of the mobile lid. I'm not going to connect them. Usually I would, but I'm just going to leave it in the center today and intensify it. Just like that. Building up the intensity in the center of the mobile lid. And because we used that shade, what's it called? Because we used the shade Lolita on the cheeks and the eyes, The eyes and cheeks are really well tied into each other. I haven't done any darker eye looks since I've bleached my hair lighter, and I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest, because I don't know how it's going to look. I was a little bit nervous that like doing a dark look would look like odd with my lighter hair. I don't know. I haven't put on the liner and lashes yet, and that's when I feel like most confident in the look. So we'll have to see once I put on the liner and lashes. Well, I've got my highlighter here. I may as well like do a little bit of face contouring. I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit using the same shade Medium Cocoa from the Cocoa Contour palette from Too Faced. I'm just going to take that on this 200 brush from Real Techniques. I'm just going to contour the bottom and the sides of my nose just to like chisel it out a little bit. Give some sculpt and definition. So I go down the two sides, and then I also go across the front here and underneath. And it's kind of a harsher contour, but it's a harsher look, so I'm not like too terrified by it. And then I'm just going to use that highlight on the center of the nose, on like the tip there, down the middle to make sure it looks nice and lifted and straight. And then also a little bit down in the middle here, like in the middle of my eyes. I feel like that's called the bridge. I don't know, I always call it something different. And then I'm also going to use this on my cupid's bow and also on my cheeks. Where's my highlighter brush? I'm dropping makeup everywhere. Well, I don't have a highlighter brush with me, so what can we use? I'm going to go in with this, definitely not a highlighter brush. This is a blush brush from Real Techniques, and usually I actually use this to contour with, or bronze my face with, but okay, we're just going to use it for highlighter today because I can't be bothered to get up right now. I just really want to highlight now. So I'm just packing this on. It's kind of hard to use because this is like so pan. It's kind of difficult to get the product out with such a ridiculously giant brush. I don't know, do people usually highlight their faces with ginormous brushes? Because I never do. This is like way too much for me. But, you know, I'll work with it. It'll get the job done. I like to take it in a huge C shape, so I highlight my entire cheekbone, and then I like to take it up on my forehead as well, just above my brow bone. Oh, I forgot to do brow bone highlight. Let's go back in and do some brow bone highlight. I kind of look so chiseled right now. It's kind of a bit scary, but like in a fun way. It's different. This is the brush I used earlier. So yeah, I'm just going to use that same little smudge brush and take this on the brow bone. Love the way this is coming out. This is so exciting. I haven't done a deep look in a while. It's like a darker look. I'm excited to see how it comes out. Usually I just use the highlight brush to like disperse the product, but this is so giant. Good enough. Okay, this is like kind of a lot, but I'm loving it. I'm going to disappear for a bit because I'm going to fill in my brows, put on some eyeliner because I need winged liner to live, and maybe I'll chuck on some fake lashes as well. Maybe it'll just be some mascara, probably some fake lashes. I feel like this look needs it, and I'll come right back and show you how it turned out. Okay, so I put on some liner and brows. I haven't put on lashes yet because I don't know if I want to, because this is kind of a fun look too. So the liner I used, of course, is the Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner. This one with the brush tip that I always use. It's got a really nice fine detailed tip. And then I used the ColourPop Precision Brow Pencil, which is almost all used up. I use the shade Black and Brown. But I could probably go for a lighter shade now that I've bleached my hair, but this is the shade that I've had for ages and I've always used, so that's the one that I have. I'm going to put on some lip product now. I'm going to first of all pop on some lip balm just because I feel like I need it. This is the Burt's Bees Hydrating Lip Balm with Coconut and Pear. Tastes yummy. It's the one with the white lid, if you were wondering. And now that I've done that, I'm going to pop on some of KVD Lolita. So there are two ways that I could go about this that I like am into at the moment. So the first way would be to put on a little bit in the center of the lip. So I'm just swishing my lip balm around. So I do like this. And then grab my like finger and just kind of like pat that all over my lips for like a lip blush kind of look. And that's a little bit more subtle. But because I've gone for such an intense look, I want to ramp up the intensity. So I'm going to go in with this as like a standard liquid lipstick. I'm like scraping the sides of the tube because I've had this for so long. There's like, I'm kind of running out of product. Anyway, I'm just going to go in and use this straight from the applicator like a traditional liquid lipstick. And I love this shade because it's just like the perfect, like, I don't want to say vampy shade because it's not vampy, but it's kind of dark on my skin tone. Like it's darker than like a traditional nude on me. It's not as dark as like, I wear a black lip and like obviously that is as as dark as it gets. But it's kind of like a darker mauvey shade on me. And it's a little bit cooler toned. Oh, I love it with this shirt. Cute. Should I go for lashes? I kind of like the exaggerated lower lash line without the lashes. Maybe we should just do some mascara. I'm gonna have a deep think about it and I'll be right back. Okay, you know what? I've decided no lashes. We're just going straight in with mascara. Today I'm using the Tarte Man-Eater mascara. This is like a little mini size that my mum's cousin gave me. And as you can see, like putting on mascara does do something. So this is all the little something that I needed. I actually think mascara is not used enough in my life. I don't use enough mascara, and mascara actually does make a difference. I used to think that because I have really small and like the little short lashes, I used to think that it did nothing for me. It made a difference. You can tell the difference. Like this eye looks bigger and like darker than this eye. So yeah, today I'm just gonna be using mascara because I think mascara is underrated to me. Most people love mascara, but I haven't appreciated it enough. This one from Tarte is actually really nice. I actually haven't tried any other Tarte mascaras before, and I was gifted this, and I'm really enjoying it. I like that it's called Man-Eater because I like the song Man-Eater. I actually like 2 songs called Man-Eater. You can probably guess which ones they are in the comments below if you'd like. But yeah, this mascara's got a really like chubby wand, if that makes sense. Like it's quite a thick wand with small bristles on it, and I feel like it really gets in there. I really enjoy it, and the product really like lifts the lashes. I feel like it makes quite a nice difference. So yeah, I've been liking this mascara. I also like the little cheetah print on the packaging because I'm really into cheetah print right now. But there are lots of tutorials up on my channel where I'm wearing kind of a similar style-ish look with fake lashes. So I thought today I'll just stick with the mascara and show you what that looks like. Let's set the face. Today the setting spray that I have next to me right now is the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Luminous Setting Spray. So it just looks like this in the pink packaging. You just shake it up. I always forget to show you guys me setting my face. I do set my face in the real world, but I just don't always do it on camera when I'm in front of you guys because I'm excited to like finish off the look. This smells really nice to me. It smells fresh and enjoyable, and I just sprayed loads of it. But it is a very nice setting spray, and I do enjoy it. It says 24-hour hydration. Well, I know how hydrated I am right now because I don't know, it's kind of late at night, but that is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed it because I actually really like the way this look came out. I kind of love it. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment anything you'd like to see from me in future down below. I always love hearing suggestions from you guys. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. I upload very frequently, and hopefully I'll see you in one of my future videos soon. Catch you later, guys. Anyway, yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe, and I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo, guys. Bye.